So back on here, I'm going to test this. When I hook it up, I leave 1 and 11 off because I know it's filaments. I start here and hook up 2, which is grid 1, right? Green. Then the next one in line is the cathode. Okay. Next one in line is so that was 2, 3, which is 4, which will be the orange. Pin 4. Grid number 3. Focus grid. Grid number 3. Orange. I don't care. And then grid 2 and 4 is pin number 7, I think it says. It's playing games with me here. Pin 7. So orange is way up on pin 7. Orange. Oh, we're just on orange. Red. Red. Grid number 2. And then I do 1 and 11, which is filaments, brown and black. So anyways, it's set to go. I better make sure this is pulled back. Usually when I put it away, I want to put it on A. So this B, C, D is 6.3 volts, but I'll start it out here. Go 1 shy. Okay, so this thing here, I am on calibrate. So I'm a little shy of 120, so we'll put it to calibrate, and where the hell is it? Oh, it's not turned on. So I don't know. I'll put it right on black because it's not much difference from that red. If I go a little shy, actually green would be more to the left. Let me put back on, read the line voltage. It's a little towards green, actually, not red. That is higher. Okay. It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay, so I got this pulled all the way counterclockwise, low, low, whatever. Just calibrated. This is on there. So we'll go heater to cathode. I better get it up to 6.3 volts. So it doesn't start getting heater to cathode leakage till she gets way up there. So supposedly it's good. Let's move on to grid 1. Seems fine, no leakage or shortage there. Next step is cut off. Now I'm supposed to spin this to the right and go up 2 divisions, which doesn't happen. So all the way, but if I do switch this one here, grid number 2, yeah, okay, I still have to read what this is about. I don't know what that's for. Okay, I'll go to quality here. It's still getting what I had before. Then when I switch this switch to high, it'll go just below, it'll go above 4, I think, and below green. So we'll see what happens. Where is it? This one. So I don't think there's any change in my CRT. I don't the hell that's for? External voltage. I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's to zap the cathode, I don't know. So I'll just leave it like this for a while. So I don't know what the hell's wrong with this TV. It's getting frustrating. It's getting hard on my lower back here. I did put this other 12SN7 in, but this was... Actually, I had this one over here. I just put this one here. This is a new old stock I just got, Westinghouse. So I decided to put the tall bottle in the horizontal. But that was the one that said weak. Here it is right here. This is the one that said weak. It's got a cataract right there that I never noticed before. But this was currently on the vertical section. So I'll test it. Here's the other one that was in there. This was originally on the vertical side. This one that says weak was on the horizontal originally. This one, I think, maybe not. But this said shorted on one side, so I'll recheck that. Not that it matters. So the high voltage oscillator's working. I'm getting, what, 2400 volts, 2500 volts. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell can be wrong with it. I'm getting, as far as I know, video up to the cathode. And, you know, as far as I know, I'm getting horizontal and vertical. I don't know. Crazy. So this one here is the horizontal oscillator, and it was proven by the scope that it's working. It's doing something. There's the vertical oscillator, which the oscilloscope proved that it was working. This is rectifier, positive rectifier. This is audio output 30B5. This is the 35W4 creating the negative power supply. I never checked the B plus on these yet. This is the 25L6 for that high frequency voltage oscillator. Develop the high voltage in that coil. So this one here is the vertical drivers, and this one's horizontal drivers, and there's nothing more to it. Field coil on that, audio output to that. I'm glad the speaker works. These have high heater to cathode leakage, or they did. They could be good, perfectly good now, but I don't know what else to do. It's too light for a boat anchor. It's way too light. So I have to read this someday. But I think if I did look in the original book. This is photocopies of it. I did look in the original book, and this part for hooking up tubes, and this was not in it. And if anything's going to tell me to switch this, it's going to be in the book. Otherwise, I think you leave them on low. So right now I'm still on quality test, and I do have that on high. So if I switch it back, but it did work this way. So I'm not going to say the picture tube is too weak to display a picture. I should hook this up, but that'd be a waste if I blow this thing out. It's a good tube tester. I had to put a transistor in it. Somebody repaired it, put new resistors in it, and they put a horizontal output transistor, and it didn't work. I ordered the correct kind off of eBay, and now it works properly. Calibrated it. The only thing, when I calibrated the 6.3, filaments, I used a 6L6 tube. You were supposed to use a 20 ohm 50 watt or 100 watt resistor, and I didn't have one. So I used one 6L6 tube. But I could actually measure that and see if it says 6.3. If it doesn't, I could actually calibrate it. But that's it. I don't know what else to do with this thing. If I have to learn more on the do's and don'ts, I guess. But I thought that one. So I did plug it back on with this tube, and it tested good. And I leave my tubes in my tester for about 15 minutes or so. So I don't know what it is. Looks like I have video at the cathode of this. Grid 1 is hooked up to... This is saw takeoff. This one here is the video output, and this is that sync and that whatever it does, automatic gate control stuff. Other than that, I just don't know what could be wrong with this thing. I wish I had another tube to substitute. I have another oscilloscope that's really old, a Bell and Howell, I don't know what it is. That might have an oscilloscope tube that I could try. I have to dig it out. I kind of have it put away because it needs the high voltage. It needs this. This is the way it came. This was floating inside the oscilloscope. It's amazing the tube wasn't broken. It was hanging on by like one bolt. So I removed it, and I was going to try and see if I could pull out these windings and hook to them, but one broke off. I used to know where it was because I broke it off. I don't know where it was, like a center tap or something, and I think it's hopeless. But so I need B plus filaments, and these two are to the CRT filaments, to I guess the distance itself from the other filaments. Everything shares the same common, the red and yellow is common center taps for everything, I guess. Whatever has to be center tapped. And over here you got your high voltage windings, which I don't know if it was 2 or 3, and then your AC plug-in. So, but I was thinking if I wanted to, I could just hook up a normal power transformer to it, and on this part here, on the filaments of a normal power transformer, I could hook it to a 1970s coil to an automobile, hook these up to the hook these up to the filaments how they're supposed to be. But the only thing I wouldn't have is the CRT one, which could probably be a secondary 6.3 volt transformer. But you also hook this to the 12 volt coil and make sure the minus on the coil is to chassis, and then you can take the high voltage windings and hook up to your high voltage stuff. It'd probably work. Automotive coil, what the hell's the difference? That's what I think. I'll try it someday if worse comes to worse. So I'm back on. It'd be the shits if it was bad connections between this and this. This is very hard to get on there. So I guess that this is it. I have no other options. This is doing 2500 volts. Can't ask for anything more than that. Sound's working up to the so I'm assuming the video amp is working. I got some shapes that I think I've seen in other situations looking at other SAMs or whatever. So and obviously sound takeoff is there. So we got sound happening and everything like that. So I don't see I don't see anything to be wrong with up to the video amp. So this is screwing me somehow, because this will wash the picture right out, but before in dim light I would see light in here. I'll have to check tonight because I'm not seeing nothing right now. So I guess this is it, because this is it. I gotta figure out what the hell's wrong with it. So I probably won't work on it now until winter time, or God only knows. Well, this is it, Beginner's Corner, Oranger Beginner's Corner, signing out.